Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at a topic you might not even realize is this huge global industry.
Huh.
We've got a great source. Excerpts from Global Portable Slippers Market Forecast 2021-2033 by Cognitive Market Research.
That's right.
Now you might be thinking, portable slippers? Really? Is that even a thing? And that's exactly why we're diving in. This deep dive is all about uncovering those, well, surprising facts hidden in plain sight. And trust me, this market is surprisingly dynamic. It's growing. But maybe first, when we say portable slippers, what exactly are we talking about? Is it just like hotel freebies?
Yeah, that's a good place to start. It definitely includes those, the complimentary hotel ones, but the report defines it pretty broadly. Think lightweight, often foldable, compact footwear. Basically for comfort and convenience when you're not at home. So travel, hospital stays, maybe even, with hybrid work now, more casual or hygienic options in shared spaces.
Ah, okay, so broader than just hotels.
Exactly. And globally, this market is anything but niche. We're going to unpack the size, share the growth projections. 2021 right through to 2033. So just the headline numbers for you. It was valued at just over $1 billion in 2021.
$1 billion for slippers.
Yep. Grew to around $1.35 billion by 2025. And it's projected to almost double. We're talking an impressive $2.32 billion by 2033.
Wow.
Which means a pretty robust compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 7%. So the big question is, what's driving something like a portable slipper to these kinds of figures globally?
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. A multi-billion-dollar industry. That's incredible scale for something so simple on the face of it. So where's this growth actually happening? Where's the most action? Should we maybe start with North America?
Sure. North America is definitely on a strong path. It went from around, $250 million back in 2021 to roughly $328 million by 2025. And the forecast, over $550 million by 2033. And what's interesting is how specific countries are driving that. The U.S. is leading the pack. It's on track for nearly $450 million by 2033. But Canada is also showing really solid growth, projected close to $60 million. And Mexico, too, contributing significantly, getting near $45 million by 2033.
Yeah.
It really points to, I think, a growing focus on personal comfort, convenience, maybe driven by, business travel bouncing back or just a more relaxed attitude to footwear, even professionally.
That makes sense. A huge leap for slippers across North America.
Yeah.
Okay, moving across the Atlantic then. How does Europe fit into this global comfort revolution, especially with all its different economies and travel habits?
Europe's showing a strong, very consistent growth pattern, actually quite similar to North America. Their market revenue was about $286 million in 2021. That increased to $371 million in 2025. And the projection is over $630 million by 2033.
Also very strong then.
Yeah. And if we look at the key markets there, Germany, it's expected to be a major player, hitting nearly $142 million by 2033. The UK is set to climb over $95 million. France, Italy, Russia, they're also significant contributors, each, projected in the tens of millions.
Right.
So this widespread adoption across these, mature European economies really highlights a pretty uniform trend. Comfort, maybe more leisure travel within Europe, too.
And it's not just the big economies you mentioned. The data also points to strong growth in places like Spain, Sweden, Denmark, even Luxembourg. But okay, if we're talking really robust growth, I'm guessing Asia Pacific is where it's at. What do the numbers tell us there? What's making it such a powerhouse?
You're absolutely right to focus there. Asia Pacific is, it's the undisputed leader. It's reporting the most robust growth globally. Its revenue surged from around $358 million in 2021 to over $475 million by 2025. And it's projected to hit an astounding $830 million by 2033.
$830 million. Wow.
Yeah. And what's truly remarkable is China's part in that. China alone is set to almost triple its market size, growing from $153 million to an impressive $359 million by 2033.
Wait, just China? $359 million?
Just China, yeah. And Japan, India, South Korea are also climbing significantly. India, for instance, is projected over $134 million.
Okay.
So this kind of explosive growth in Asia Pacific, it isn't just population size. It really hints at, booming domestic tourism, a rapidly expanding middle class, and perhaps a strong cultural appreciation for comfort in different settings.
Wow, okay. China alone looking like almost half the entire global market for these slippers by 2033. That's a standout figure. What about South America? Is the comfort trend catching on there too, or do we see different drivers?
Oh, absolutely. The trend seems global. South America's portable slipper market, let's see, it hit around $48 million in 2021, grew to just over $60 million in 2025, and it's forecasted to hit over $100 million by 2033.
Okay, smaller numbers overall, but still growing steadily.
Exactly. And Brazil is clearly leading that region, or projected over $44 million by 2033, followed by Argentina, nearly $19 million. But countries like Colombia, Peru, Chile are also contributing. It shows it's not just, confined to the very largest economies. It suggests that as disposable income rises, as travel becomes more accessible, well, so does the demand for comfort on the go.
Right. Makes sense. And finally, let's turn towards the Middle East and Africa. Are these regions seeing similar kinds of upticks? Any unique characteristics there?
They certainly are, and the growth here is, I think, particularly telling about the market's global reach. In the Middle East, the market jumped from just under $15 million in 2021 to nearly $69 million in 2025, and it's looking like it'll reach over $120 million by 2033.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia is showing significant growth there, projected over $24 million. Turkey and the UAE also making substantial contributions. Turkey is projected over $27 million, actually.
Interesting. And Africa?
Africa's market was around $35 million in 2021, grew to over $45 million by 2025, and it's expected to reach nearly $78 million by 2033. Nigeria is a key market there, on track for over $15 million, with South Africa growing to over $36 million.
So really, across the board then?
Yeah, the sheer geographical spread of this growth, touching almost every corner of the globe. That's what's really noteworthy. It just underscores this apparently universal desire for personal comfort.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? We've covered, well, everywhere from North America to Africa, revealing the surprising scale, the specific hotbeds of this portable slipper market. From hundreds of millions to a multi-billion-dollar global industry, it's clear this isn't just some fleeting trend.
Yeah, and if we try to connect this to maybe the bigger picture, the really robust growth of this market, particularly in such diverse regions, specific countries, it sort of suggests an evolving global emphasis on comfort, convenience, perhaps even the normalization of travel or these hybrid lifestyles we talked about. I mean, what does it tell you about modern consumer priorities? When an item like the portable slipper, which, might have seemed like a novelty, kind of disposable just a few years ago, is now projected to be a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you wonder what other, seemingly small or overlooked markets are quietly growing into pretty significant economic indicators, shaping how we live, how we travel, in ways we might not even fully grasp yet. Okay, let's jump in. You might think, we've covered almost everything in the consumer world, but today, we're looking at something, well, maybe unexpected. The global portable slippers market.
Yeah, sounds super specific, right?
It does. But the research we're looking at from Cognitive Market Research, it actually paints a picture of much bigger shifts, how we live, how we travel.
Exactly.
So our goal today is pretty straightforward. Unpack the drivers, the hurdles, and the interesting trends in this little industry, all based on those insights. Think of it as your shortcut to getting smart about this rather curious market.
And it's fascinating because looking closely at something like portable slippers, it tells you so much about wider trends, like convenience, but also hygiene awareness, sustainability. It's all packed in there.
It really shows how even small products reflect these big evolving values, doesn't it?
Totally.
So digging into the research, what's really giving this market a push? What's the main thing driving it forward?
Well, number one, definitely the huge comeback in travel and tourism post-pandemic. People are moving again. But it's not just that. It's also this fundamental change in how we think about hygiene in shared spaces.
Right, like hotels, planes.
Exactly. It's almost like a psychological thing now, wanting your own stuff. The research points to pretty strong growth. I think it was a KGR of 7.5% projected. It shows they're shifting from like a niche thing to more of a travel essential.
That's really interesting. So that heightened awareness is key. What about other lifestyle changes? Is it just travelers?
Not entirely. Think about digital nomads, people working remotely, maybe living in smaller spaces. They need practical stuff. Things that pack small but still feel, a bit stylish or comfortable.
Yeah, that makes sense. The whole minimalist but functional trend.
And that's where innovation comes in. Better materials like biodegradable fabrics are becoming more common. And the packaging. Little zip-up cases, really compact designs. It just makes them easier to use, easier to carry.
Okay, so those are the forces pushing it forward, but it can't all be smooth sailing, right? What are the challenges, the
Oh,
restraints?
for sure. Durability is a big one. I mean, these are designed to be lightweight, foldable.
Hmm.
Sometimes that means they don't last forever.
Which might put people off buying them again, yeah.
Exactly. And it taps into that whole convenience versus sustainability tension. We want easy disposable sometimes, but we're also worried about waste. It's a tricky balance for brands.
What else?
Standardization or lack of it, really. One size fits all often doesn't fit all. If they're uncomfortable, people won't stick with them.
Right, that's a basic comfort issue. And are people everywhere even aware these exist? Or is it still quite niche in some places?
Yeah, awareness is definitely lower in some emerging markets.
Hmm.
Brands maybe haven't pushed them much there yet. So potential is there, but maybe not the visibility.
Okay. And you mentioned sustainability. The disposable aspect must be a concern too, like the ones you get on planes or in spas.
Absolutely. That's a growing issue. All of that single-use material, often plastic, it raises environmental questions. It really pressures brands to find better, more eco-friendly solutions.
So, despite these hurdles, it sounds like the market's definitely not standing still. How are these slippers changing, moving beyond just being, well, practical?
They're actually becoming quite fashionable, lifestyle accessories almost. You see cool patterns, nicer materials like organic cotton or bamboo, even sleek cases. People want function, sure, but also style. It's another way to express yourself, even with slippers.
Huh. Slippers is a style statement. Interesting. And what about how they're sold? Any new models popping up?
Yeah, definitely. Subscription boxes are one thing. Wellness brands or travel companies bundling them into curated kits. Gifting is becoming bigger too.
Ah, like part of a travel wellness pack.
Exactly. And sustainability is probably the biggest theme running through all the innovation now. Brands are really highlighting eco-friendly materials, organic cotton, bamboo, recycled stuff. Consumers, especially younger ones, seem willing to pay a bit more for that.
And where are people finding these? Is it all online?
A lot is online, yeah.
Mm.
Commerce is huge.
Mm.
But also travel retail, airports, train stations. That boosts visibility, catches those impulse buys, but also lets people see the quality firsthand.
So, wrapping this up then, we've gone pretty deep on portable slippers, of all things, but it really shows how much insight you can get from looking closely at these seemingly small corners of the market.
It really does. And maybe the thought to leave you with is this. What does this focus on portable slippers tell us about where we're heading? That constant search for convenience, balancing it with hygiene, and this growing pressure for sustainability. It's not just about slippers, is it? It's a snapshot of our values right now.